Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. Check out my video. This video is basically my mystical journey on creating my post-apocalyptic armor. And you know what, just to let you know, I am not a professional. This is the first armor I've ever made, and I basically went through Google and YouTube to learn little tidbits here and there. And hopefully with all the things that I placed in this video, you guys will learn something out of it and you can apply it to your armor. So sit back, relax, and watch this video. When gathering supplies for this type of project, it's always best to hit up your thrift store and your local flea markets because you're gonna wreck it anyway. Your local backyard, such as Philly, we throw things in our backyard so we can find stuff for free! Wow! Yeah, Dirty Philly, here you go. Showing you some neat stuff that you can just grab in the streets. Here are the primary equipments that I've used for this whole entire project. I didn't have access to high-end power tools and whatnot, so I kept it cheap and dirty. Oh yeah, cause I can only afford cheap crap. So I used the river to put things together in a quick and snappy maneuver. Snappy. Some shears, metal shears instead of using regular scissors, bolts to put things together obviously, and epoxy, your brick sandpaper looking thing, powered jigsaw, powered drill, freaking spray paint, and or clear coat after the fact when you spray things, and boom. This, my friends, is called a shredder. Yes, it's a shredder. So it's actually a saw drill bit tool to distress fabric and whatnot in a quick and easy manner. A drill bit tool doesn't really come with a handle like this, so what I did was I cut a screwdriver and then just plowed it in there, and so that you have a more comfortable grip. You can use duct tape too and use that as a grip, but using a old screwdriver that you're not using as a grip actually works phenomenally with this tool. And throughout this video, I will show you guys how it is utilized to create a distressed look on your fabrics. So check it out, it's gonna be an amazing tool. Yeah, Squirtle and Poliwhirl is holding it up. Boom. The primary part of this armor is basically a football gear that's all beefed up. So to prep it, I wanted to take out all the logos. I used a sanding bit thingy on, I don't know what the hell it's called, to remove the logos a lot faster instead of doing it by hand. This actually worked pretty well for me because I knew that after painting over it, I didn't want the logos to pop up representing where it came from. And after that, I used a sanding block to clean it up a little bit more and smooth it out for the paint to be applied on top of the gear. I made a big mistake by not putting primer first on this armor. So, lesson learned for me in the long run. I went straight to spray paint on this, and I suggest that when you guys do your armor, primer it first prior to you spray painting it. It does look fancy though, but it can get scratched up really fast. I wanted to put some torn up fabric on my armor, so what I did is I'm gonna use my shredder tool here to distress a piece of fabric to make it look all beat up and whatnot. And this tool takes a little bit of practice and to apply because each fabric is different. To utilize this tool, all you're doing is applying pressure and dragging, and what this does is it actually places tiny holes on the fabric that you're trying to distress, leading to it being torn up as if it's torn up naturally through multiple uses and whatnot. It takes a little practice to get where you want your fabric to look like, and as you can see, it's all torn up, but it looks way too torn up for me, and I really didn't like the way it looked. So what I did was I folded both fabrics together to have it a little bit finer as I was shredding it, because I wanted this to look like a weather torn fabric or as if a monster bit an arm off or a leg off, and you were left with some amazing clothes. Blood. As you can see on the sides, there are fuzzies left over. Ba-doom. And you can probably make like a little stuffed animal with it later down the line. Little post-apocalyptic stuffed animal. Oh yeah, little bear. Oh, little bear. Little bear. Look, looking nice. It's looking nice, isn't it? Since I wanted this to look like a road warrior post-apocalyptic type of clothing, I wanted to apply a tire on it. So cutting a tire is a pain in the ass. If you guys know the structure of a tire, there are metal things on there that's gonna be a bitch to cut. So with this, I am gonna show you how to properly cut a tire for your future projects. With a knife, you want to start off by cutting the sides of the tire. It's not that hard. With this tire, I found this in the streets of Philadelphia. Streets of Philadelphia tire. Just stab it. Doom. Stabbing. Stab. There you go. And then just cut it like you're sawing something. It is very easy. It is like butter because there's not that many metal parts in there. After trial and error, I found out it's a lot easier to cut the tire once you remove the sides by flipping it inside out, so that the wires are not working like a keystone, and preventing you from cutting it easily. I use a jigsaw tool to cut these tires. The blades that I use are meant to cut metal. Make sure that that's the type of blade that you use. And the results are there. 4 sections. So let you know, cutting tires is a pain in the ass. This is probably the hardest part of this whole entire armor to do. So this is the main assembly of the armor piece that I'm going to do. So my whole entire thing is I wanted to make the tires as extra padding for the football gear to make it look epic as hell, but it was too big, so I had to trim it down. To obtain a template of the shoulder pads, all I did was place a piece of paper by taping the back of it and using a blade to cut around the shape of the pad. This will be the template that I'll be using to place onto the tire so that I know what shape I will be cutting so that it will fit properly, as if it's an extension of the pad for the armor. It's actually a panel, not a pad. I don't know what it's called. It's just a thing that's on the shoulders that does stuff, you know. And look, it looks like a big jelly bean. It's the size of a jelly bean. No, it's not a size, but yeah, so that's how it looked like, a jelly bean size. Jelly bean shape. After I cut the tire to the shape of the jelly bean, I use clamps to keep it steady. You want to start with a small drill bit first to start out the holes because there are metal pieces in there that you have to break through. Another note, don't use the battery powered drills. I made that mistake. It's actually better off to use the ones that are plugged into the wall. It's a lot stronger. In the end, what I did was I used bolts, nuts and bolts to put the tire pads onto the panel. To fasten the armor onto a person's body, I used a old German belt that I cut, and I just bought these from a army surplus store, so they were only like $2 each. They're pretty cheap. Like I said, if you go to any of those surplus thrift stores or flea markets, and I wanted to place this right in front of the armor. I used rivets to securely fasten this piece onto the armor. In the back part of it, I used a washer. This washer in this video is actually too big. I used a smaller one because if you guys know how these things work, it actually expands in the back piece and that middle thing breaks off to keep it onto whatever you're riveting. So to give that Final Fantasy cloud look, I placed spark plugs on there, and all I did was pre-drill holes on there, and I drilled the spark plugs onto it by using its threads. To secure them, I used epoxy and waited 24 hours for it to harden. To make the fabric look a little more jacked up, I threw it in dirt and placed paint on it, and I actually put it in the wash after the fact because it was too damn dirty, but in the end it actually turned out pretty good. I got these pad things for like $5 or $10 from the flea market, and I messed up when it comes to spray painting it because I forgot to put primer first. Yeah, not making that mistake again. That sucks. And I wanted to put a gas mask looking piece on here, so I got a tube and I spray painted the tube as well, and I messed up by not putting primer on it because primer is the most important thing when it comes to spray painting things. I messed up, and what I did was I spray painted it with a broom to straighten it out a little bit, and that's the major part of the armor. With all the techniques applied, this is the final result of the armor. To test out the armor, I went to J1Con.
Check it out. You got a nice camera.
I'm videotaping.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Hey guys, I came across my buddy here. His YouTube page is AnubisRex Cosplay. It's gonna be a link on my video. He is also another friend of mine that does DIY stuff. So if you guys want to learn some shit, go for it. Boom. Sick. Let me just get a whole video. Turn around, man. Turn around. Boom. Check out his YouTube site. The link is gonna be on the video.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get to $50. Only $50.
You guys are coming across my buddy of mine. He has an Etsy site, and check out his gear.
This is amazing.
It's sticking, but pick it up, squeeze it, play with it.
$10.
$10?
I do not make toys that you cannot play with.
It's all playable.
All right, tell us what you got here.
I've got a foam keyblade, LARP safe, 2-part polyurethane fiberglass cord. I've got Kamehamehas,
Nice.
endorsed by Mr. Kyle Airbare himself.
That's dope.
And
Yeah, you go to it.
Pokeballs,
I don't want to buy it. Yeah.
Master Balls,
Nice.
Master Balls.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Now, what's your Etsy site?
Nightmare Child Design.
All right.
Hold on. Getting a focus in on that.
All right, guys. That link is gonna be on the video down in the comments. So check that out. Buy some stuff. Peace. I also went to New Orleans to test out the durability of the armor. From Philadelphia, I actually drove all the way to New Orleans like an idiot. This was so much fun. It was an excuse to walk in the streets with an armor on. Halloween with a bunch of drunken New Orleans people. The street smelled like pee, but it was okay cause I was drunk. It was awesome. Well, that's the completion of the armor, but here is a special guest, Jax the Bully! The best portion of my armor was constructed from old duffel bags that I sewed up. I applied the same technique for Jax's armor, as you can see, and it looks like a corset, which is cool too. Hey guys, I hope you guys liked that video, and if you guys like it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. There's gonna be more videos of random adventures I'm gonna be creating in the near future. Yeah, so if you guys like to, comment down there, and if you guys have tips for me so I can learn from you, post it. That's cool. I want to learn from you as much as you want to learn from me, because I want to get better at this stuff too. Alright guys, check you out. Later dudes.